You may have seen this going viral on any of your social media feeds. We do know that the rapper Cardi B has been on the stand testifying in a civil lawsuit.
From chart-topping queen to courtroom drama, the spotlight has shifted in ways Cardi B never imagined. This isn't a fleeting headline or a social media spat destined to fade. It's the kind of storm that can shake the foundation of a career. Inside a California courtroom in Alhambra, a staggering $24 million is on the line. And there she sits, not as the larger-than-life rapper, but as Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar, sworn in, answering questions with every camera flash capturing her every move. Fans swarm the courthouse steps, reporters dissect every detail, and the music industry waits.
From what I'm seeing on the stand, it's not really going together very well for her purpose in searching after some of these charges.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need a lawyer who's very confident. And I think she has that, but I think everything else, I mean, you can have confidence, but you need something to support that confidence in. And it's just not playing out very well. He's having a lot of trouble in the examinations. And
let's set the scene. Early 2018, Cardi B, 4 months pregnant, still keeping her baby bump out of the public eye, steps off an elevator in a Beverly Hills medical building. That's when security guard Imani Ellis, a professional with a spotless record, says she simply reacted like any fan might. Wow, it's Cardi B. But what Ellis claims happened next reads like pure tabloid chaos. According to her, the rapper spit on her, scratched her face, hurled slurs, and then allegedly used her star power to have Ellis fired and the building's security footage wiped clean. Now, Ellis is suing, describing panic attacks, sleepless nights, and trauma that lingers far longer than any viral headline.
And it is a lawsuit. And if you read the lawsuit, I mean, according to her claim, she went through some pretty serious, some serious trauma because of this. But the way it's playing out in court just really isn't supporting that. And one thing I remember is that when I've interviewed lawyers and judges, they always say the key to success in the courtroom is preparation. And I think there's a lack of preparation from the attorney's part.
Meanwhile, Cardi B's version flips the narrative completely. In court, she admits there was a heated argument. Face to face, voices raised, but she flatly denies ever laying a hand or a nail on Imani Ellis. The viral clips from the stand could pass for a movie scene, Cardi rolling her eyes, making expressions that instantly become memes. When pressed to recall her words in the hallway showdown, she shrugged. "Get out my face. Why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?" She delivered it with the same fire that's carried her through rap battles, not lawsuits. And then came the moment everyone's talking about. When attorney Ron Rosengenthaza pushed her on whether she was disabled at the time, Cardi shot back. "When you're pregnant, I'm very disabled. You want me to tell you things I can't do?" Half the courtroom burst out laughing. Half the internet gasped.
I know for people online, it's her emotion, it's, Cardi B being Cardi B. But from a legal standpoint, what are you thinking as you hear her description of what happened?
So I think it's somewhat of a dual-edged sword, but I think the other witnesses that testified help her out. A receptionist testified saying that she was there and didn't see any injuries on the alleged victim here. There is also a psychiatrist that said that they evaluated the alleged victim and that
It's not just the legal stakes that make this trial feel like the final act of a tragic opera. $24 million is on the line. More than punitive damages, it's an entire fashion house, a social media empire, a recording career, and endorsement deals from couture to cola. If Cardi B loses, it's not just money. It's an assault on the image she's built. Outspoken yet glamorous, authentic yet untouchable. Every time she enters the courtroom, the headlines explode. Fans and critics dissect her every move on TikTok, from facial expressions to her wigs. One day a jet black bob, the next a platinum side part so flawless even the opposing lawyer had to ask on record, "Is it real?" She laughed, it went viral, and memes flooded the internet. A reminder that she's been playing this game at the highest level for years, even if the rules just changed. But the biggest shock isn't her courtroom style, it's the silence from Offset. Known for public loyalty, he's usually quick with a comment, a supportive post, even a bar. Now, nothing. No tweets, no statements, no spin. Just silence as the mother of his 3 children fights for her name, her fortune, and maybe her freedom. The whispers grow louder. Is Offset keeping distance after their latest blow-up? Or could he be helping Imani Ellis in the shadows? Former insiders hint at unanswered calls, quiet conversations, the kind of ghosting that screams someone doesn't want to be subpoenaed.
Keep making moves on top of moves on top of moves until the move that you make grants you to be the king. Checkmate. Or king.
King.
You dig what I'm saying? It's all a game. Hey, what I say? It's all entertainment, baby. It's all entertainment. It's all entertainment, ladies.
And let's not forget, just last year, Cardi B filed for divorce from Offset for the second time. This time, allegedly for good, telling the world she's been single for a minute. Their relationship has always been a powder keg of passion and chaos, with public breakups splashed across social feeds, accusations of infidelity from both sides, and the kind of Instagram rants that keep divorce lawyers on speed dial. Now, their co-parenting is being played out not just in family court, but on a global stage. Offset has accused Cardi of stepping out during her 3rd pregnancy, while Cardi fires back that he's obsessed with tracking her new partners, messaging anyone she dates, even as she tries to move on. It sounds like high school drama played out on a platinum credit card, but that's the tabloid reality these two have always delivered.
It's like, what are we? Okay, I see what you're trying to do, and you competing, but y'all just switching girlfriends. It's like, what is this?
What are we doing?
So I get it. Do I approve of it? Part of me is like, yeah, because I see what Offset is trying to do. He's like, yo, I gotta fight.
And while Offset lurks in the shadows, another silence echoes through the courthouse. Stefon Diggs, Cardi B's newest high-profile flame. The freshly minted New England Patriots receiver had been playing Prince Charming to Cardi's Instagram Cinderella, Paris Fashion Week appearances, rented French castle complete with crocodiles, if her stories are to be believed, and couples workout clips that nearly broke the internet. But now, even Diggs, usually quick to post or flex, has gone quiet. Is it a calculated move to avoid becoming collateral damage in Cardi's latest legal storm? Or are we already seeing the cracks of another A-list breakup, timed just a little too perfectly with the storm clouds over her courtroom entrance? The truth is, this trial isn't just about the money or the mudslinging. It's about Cardi's brand. She's built herself as the ultimate survivor, from Bronx strip clubs to reality TV, from Grammy stages to Parisian runways, spinning every scandal into gold. Beefs became business, tabloid spats turned into album rollouts. But this time feels different, something no publicist can spin away. The accusations don't just allege violence, they paint a pattern. A portrait of a celebrity who believes she's above the rules. If a jury sides with Imani Ellis, then Cardi's identity as the voice of the streets could flip overnight into the face of unchecked aggression. Rivals are circling, sponsors are watching, and every headline hits like another brick on a pressure cooker that looks ready to explode.
19. I don't like talking about my feelings because people like when you show weakness, people be like, oh, sympathy. And I feel like at first I thought they was doing it to me, but now I see they do that to every female
rapper. So you
rapper.
feel you can't like honestly be vulnerable because?
Yes, I'm afraid to be vulnerable because people want to say, oh, you be looking for sympathy, but this is.
But here's the thing, Cardi B isn't making it easy to look away. Even in the middle of this firestorm, she's still serving looks, teasing singles, and fighting to keep the narrative under her control. Her next album, Am I the Drama? Subtlety has never been her, is set to drop in September, and the timing feels almost too perfect. Is this legal chaos a calculated rollout, or is Cardi simply living out a tabloid storyline that even her wildest music videos couldn't match? Fans are split. Some believe she's being targeted for keeping it too real, while others argue she's finally facing the fallout of years spent breaking every rule in her path.
And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to beat my ass. Hello?
All the while, whispers of a new pregnancy refuse to fade. Even with Cardi B's furious denials. No, You silly goose. I'm just out of breath because I have asthma. The speculation won't die down. Her oversized, high-waisted courtroom fits only stoke the fire. Watch her step out of court, moving gingerly, hand hovering near her midsection, and the rumor mill practically writes itself. She claps back at fans for suggesting she looks 30 weeks pregnant, then posts a photo captioned, "But am I?" And suddenly the guessing game explodes again. If anyone doubts that Cardi loves to toy with public perception, her latest cryptic social campaign proves otherwise, mysterious enough to make even Taylor Swift's fandom look patient. And the health rumors don't stop there. Insiders whisper about complications during her last pregnancy, suggesting this trial may be hiding more than legal drama. Former assistants claim Cardi has been quietly in and out of medical offices. Each time she's spotted leaving court, her slowed steps scream, "I'm not telling you everything." Maybe it's just stress. Or maybe beneath the surface, there's a much bigger secret, a private health battle, a hush-hush diagnosis, the kind of crisis that could derail her entire career.
Cardi B's going viral for her testimony, arguing she did not touch a security guard who's suing her for assault allegations. The security guard claims Cardi B cut her face with a fingernail and spat on her. She says it happened outside an obstetrician's office during the rapper's not yet public first pregnancy.
And through it all, the press is merciless. Fans in LA line up outside the courthouse, not just to see justice served, but to catch a glimpse of the spectacle. Cardi B's latest hair, her nails, her mood, her sly responses to every reporter's question. The whole scene feels like a fever dream. A reality show where the stakes are measured not in eliminations, but in lawsuits and reputations. We watch as Cardi laughs off invasive questions about her body, calls out the plaintiff's attorney for being pressed about her wigs, and jokes about being disabled by pregnancy. Every soundbite, every moment is potential ammunition for either side.
I feel like we got married so young. We got married so young and we got married so like spontaneously. And we did know each other, but we kind of didn't know each other. We just like was in love with each other and we had like a little toxic relationship. We got married 6 months of knowing each other, and like in those 6 months, we would see each other like twice or 3 times.
Beneath all the drama, one question lingers, echoing from TikTok timelines to the executive suites at Cardi B's label. Is this the tipping point? Will Cardi B leave the courtroom with her empire still intact? Or are we witnessing the first real fracture in the image she's worked so hard to build? This trial isn't just about a hallway altercation or a single security guard chasing justice. It's a test of whether fame protects or destroys, of whether Cardi's larger-than-life persona can withstand the blinding intensity of courtroom scrutiny, an intensity far more unforgiving than any spotlight she's ever faced on stage.
Do you think is the secret sauce to keeping our relationship strong?
That like we really friends. You know, like being each other's vessel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we have to have each other's back more than anybody. Like Philip and Elizabeth.
And if all this weren't already enough, the trial, the divorce, the whispers of new romance, and the health rumors, Cardi B now faces another weight. The chilling silence of her ex, Offset. His refusal to step forward, defend her, or even acknowledge the chaos raises questions louder than the headlines themselves. Is this just fallout from their own messy history? Or does Offset know something the rest of us don't? Maybe he's waiting to strike at the right moment. Or maybe he's playing a long game that could leave Cardi not only staring down a legal loss, but watching her empire unravel piece by piece. Because behind the screaming headlines and viral courtroom clips, a darker game may be unfolding. At its center stands Imani Ellis. To the public, she's painted as a security guard caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the deeper you look, the less random this lawsuit feels. Former industry insiders, from label fixers to tour managers, whisper that Ellis might not just be a wronged employee, but a carefully chosen player in a much bigger power struggle. After all, she secured her post through state approval and later left the industry for social work. That's hardly the profile of someone chasing tabloids. A handful of ex-publicists insist this trial has the fingerprints of orchestration all over it, more like an ambush than a lawsuit. In downtown LA, the whispers grow louder. This was never about one hallway fight. It's about dismantling a superstar whose rise has always made the wrong enemies very uncomfortable.
Now, do you feel competitive because your boyfriend Offset is in the Migos? He's here now, and obviously y'all both will be at the BET Hip Hop Awards. Are you like, okay, I got nominated for this. What if y'all are in the same category?
I think he would want me to win, to be honest with you.
Over him?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's how a man should be.
Yeah.
You in love. You been posting a lot of pictures.
Why you gotta use that word?
Who's really pulling the strings here? The whispers are anything but quiet. Some point to old label rivals, others to vengeful managers left in the dust when Cardi B split from her first team. Even former stylists, bitter and outspoken, claim they know where the bodies are buried. Metaphorically, of course. One seasoned industry veteran insists that Imani Ellis was quietly approached months before the lawsuit by a consultant tied to a shadowy web of anti-Cardi blogs. And then there's the timing, too precise to ignore. The lawsuit was filed only after Cardi's camp successfully buried another brewing scandal tied to Offset's off-the-books club nights. Suddenly, Ellis is out of a job. Security footage disappears into the LA haze.
All I'm saying is, if I felt like my girl was cheating, I'm gonna get it off of these two. If I felt like my girl was cheating and she said these things to dispel my thought, it would not be dispelled.
No, at all.
It would actually...
As the courtroom spectacle stretches on, Imani Ellis's testimony evolves from personal grievances into something larger, a rallying cry for every assistant, guard, and runner ever steamrolled by the celebrity machine. Her claims, spitting, scratching, verbal abuse, aren't just accusations. They're a challenge to the entire entertainment system. And with the demand topping $24 million, this isn't a slap on the wrist. It's a potential precedent. If Ellis wins, who's next? Suddenly, every past outburst, every green room scuffle, every leaked video becomes a loaded weapon waiting to detonate in civil court. No one in the industry is sleeping soundly. But here's the question rattling the suits. If Ellis is the pawn, who's the queen? The wildest theory comes from a former road manager who swears someone in Cardi B's old circle, a jealous rival or bitter exec, pushed Ellis to go public. This isn't about money, he claims. This is about making sure Cardi B never gets a clean headline again. Of course, Cardi's label has stayed silent.
And by time passing, we grew with each other.
Did you ever do therapy?
We did a little therapy.
I'm in therapy now, it helped.
Everything circles back to Cardi B. On the outside, she's still playing the part, switching wigs, dodging questions, throwing out viral comebacks, but those closest to her see a different picture. Friends say she's grown more withdrawn in recent weeks, her once unshakable confidence chipped away by endless court appearances and a flood of fan messages demanding answers she can't give. She's balancing legal chaos, a heated new romance with Stefon Diggs, and the constant push and pull of co-parenting with Offset, all while raising 3 kids who don't understand why their mom looks so drained in the mornings. Behind the scenes, her creative team whispers about missed calls, last-minute cancellations, and anxious late-night texts that feel less like ambition and more like survival mode. A stylist confides that while Cardi still dresses up for the cameras, once the lights are gone, she retreats home alone. Paparazzi shots show her leaving the courthouse slowly, sunglasses masking what her expression can't. The woman who once flaunted her reign as queen of fashion and chaos now seems burdened with a weight no designer outfit can disguise.
So, who said I love you first, me or you?
Me.
Of course, duh. I've been wanting to tell you that I love you, but you know, a girl can never tell a man that she loves him first. Yeah, I gotta see who loves me first.
The strain is beginning to seep into her music as well. Her upcoming album, Am I the Drama?, was meant to be a triumphant return to the throne after years of public battles and internet feuds, a victory lap that would silence critics and reassert her dominance. Instead, it now risks being drowned out by the very scandals it was supposed to transform into fuel. Producers who once fought for a spot on her tracklist are suddenly too busy. Sponsors are pulling back with caution, and even her most loyal fans are starting to question whether their queen can survive yet another storm.
Cardi B. Cardi got her cheek back, allegedly.
I hope that ain't true.
And if fame wasn't already hard enough to manage, Cardi B is now walking a razor-thin tightrope between personal crisis and public persona. The non-stop swirl of rumors, pregnancy speculation, health scares, and breakup gossip has pushed her to lash out at fans and critics alike. The infamous 30 weeks pregnant clapback was more than just a joke. It was a flare fired straight into the heart of an audience that refuses to give her any privacy. Those closest to her say she's begun locking down her inner circle, cutting off anyone who might leak a story or snap an unflattering pic. Even Stefon Diggs, the supposed fairy tale romance, has gone suspiciously quiet online, leaving Cardi to face the wolves alone. What was meant to be a glossy distraction has turned into a fresh source of stress. We all saw the videos from Paris, the castle, the crocodiles, the royal bathrooms, but behind the scenes the cracks are already showing. One insider claims Cardi is worried that Diggs, with his own high-stakes NFL season looming, might not stick around for the next phase of her chaos. It was fun at first, a friend confided, but who really wants to get dragged into a headline war with Offset and the entire music press?
Minutes and sources with direct knowledge close to the couple tell TMZ that the split has nothing to do with the latest cheating rumors.
Meanwhile, the public feud between Cardi B and Offset keeps getting nastier. Their latest exchange was pure mutual humiliation, Cardi demanding he sign the papers today, Offset clapping back with custody threats, each accusing the other of chasing drama instead of peace. What used to be co-parenting has spiraled into a toxic feedback loop, poisoning even a moments meant for their kids. Fans once prayed for reconciliation, but now they're just rubbernecking the wreck, waiting to see who blinks first. In this climate, every nightclub sighting,
Good news in the entertainment world this morning. The one and only Cardi B is pulling the plug on her marriage again, filing for divorce from Offset.
What's becoming clear by the day is that this trial isn't just about a hallway clash in Beverly Hills. It's about whether the same forces that create pop superstars can just as easily destroy them. We've seen this cycle before. Artists who get too big, too brash, too uncontrollable for the machine that built them. Today it's Cardi B on the chopping block. Tomorrow it could be anyone. The real stakes aren't just $24 million or one lawsuit. They're about who controls the narrative, who holds the power, and how much scandal a brand can endure before the house of cards collapses. Rumors swirl of fresh lawsuits as lawyers circle like hawks, ready to pounce if Imani Ellis wins even a fraction of what she's demanding. Every past altercation, every snatched phone, every backstage outburst is being cataloged as potential ammunition. If they can take down Cardi, no star is safe. Meanwhile, brands and sponsors are already drafting exit strategies, preparing to cut ties the moment the verdict tilts against her.
I feel like we love each other. I love Offset and he loves me. But, you know, we've been together for such a long time.
The music industry is watching, and the world is tuning in, not just for the courtroom drama, but for what comes next. If Cardi B survives this, she'll be more untouchable than ever, a comeback story to end all comebacks. But if she falls, it will send shockwaves through LA and beyond, a brutal reminder that nobody, no matter how powerful, is immune to the grinding gears of scandal and retribution. Already, the vultures are circling. Think piece writers sharpening their takes, ex-friends with stories to sell, rivals looking for the perfect opening. If Cardi slips, the feeding frenzy will be relentless. And now, as the trial in Alhambra reaches fever pitch, one truth is undeniable. This is no longer about a 2018 altercation. It's about power, reputation, and a dangerous pattern threatening to pull everyone in Cardi's orbit under. If Imani Ellis prevails, it opens the floodgates. If Cardi escapes, it could embolden every celebrity accused to dig in, double down, and swing back harder than ever.
I just took it as a sign. So I wanna start 2024 like fresh.